Today we are looking at the next part of my huge Sims 4 save file where I renovate every single world. The save file is being built up to be base game friendly, so today we're doing the vampires world, which basically means that we're only using base game plus vampires, so every single world will be isolated so that no matter what combination of packs that you own, it will be suitable for you. The vampires world is obviously pretty tiny, so we had like a little bit of an issue in terms of making it. I say we, like I did it by myself. If you don't know what my Sims 4 save files are about, they are a collaborative thing where I do like 70% of the work and then you just finish it off. So it's like a save file that I've made, but you have to finalize it. So it still feels like it's something that you've made and you've done and you own. Obviously the vampires world is small, so we have a residential rental here. In the description, this is medium difficulty. There are 3 townhouses on one lot. One has been completed. Finish the other 2 and add 2 households. To start off with the households, by the way, every single household in this world is a vampire. This is Celine. This is Christine. She's burning to death because she's in the sun. I thought vampires could go out in the sun, you know, in the vampire world, or did I make that up? So obviously if you own for rent, you want to make this one a residential rental. So I've done 3 townhouses because guys, like this world is so tiny, you need as much as you can. So I've made them all look like a little bit different just in terms of color, but they're pretty much identical. The outsides have been fully completed and they've all got a back garden as well. Now this first one has been done for the pre-made household. So we've just got a bog standard hallway and then I've added like a cozy little living room for them. And then we have a kitchen here too, which is small and cozy, just big enough for the 2. Downstairs toilet, then going upstairs. We have basically like this quite nice big extravagant bedroom with an art easel and like art things. But then in this other room, it's kind of crappy and shabby. My inspiration was like Sabrina, where they've got like the one sister who's like really bougie and the other one who's a bit crusty. And then this is the rest of the build. Although me being a noob, I forgot to change the stairs. Quick, let me do something more sexy. There we go. A nice brown one. Now in terms of the other 2, you can see they're completely empty. So I wanted to do one to give you guys an example of what you could do as a layout. And then you've got the other 2 here. And of course, okay, if you really wanted to, you could just make this one like a tiny bungalow and then maybe do like a small upstairs here. And then you could actually cut this wall and make this like house here like really, really big. So you don't have to stick to the original sizes that I've done. You can change it. And then you've obviously got the back garden to do. I've tried to keep them as like a room, if you know what I mean. Like I've set the gardens as a room because it works better that way with for rent if you do own that pack. But obviously it's up to you what you do with it. But I thought it would be nice because there aren't many lots in this world and you've got to add families some way. Next up, we're going to this bottom one here. This one is of very easy difficulty. This is a starter home, so you got to keep it within a starter budget. And I've actually used like debug plants, which are free, just to fill out the space more. And I've added a pond. By the way, I just want to say my game has been glitching so much where I've tried like uploading things on the gallery, but then the terrain paint doesn't upload with it. It's like a glitch that's happening recently. So you may have to re-add in terrain paint yourself as a pre-warning. Anyway, this one's just like a bog standard looking kind of build, I guess. Now, because this one's a very easy difficulty, I've done a furniture blueprint where I've just used like the cheap tacky furniture just to show you where you could place objects. So if you really struggle with like room layout design, I've basically added objects in all of them just so you know like where things should go. It's really hand-holdy, this build. I've added like a little decking on the outside. Obviously you've got to keep it within a starter budget. Right now it's at 16,300 and that's with all this fake blueprint furniture in. I'm sure you can stick within the budget. And remember, start home doesn't have to be 20k. If you're putting like 2 Sims in there, then it's 22k. 3 Sims in there, it's 24k. It goes up. So this is like a 2-bedroom house, so you could technically make it a 22 to 24k starter home. That's fine. It's entirely up to you. You can also do things like, I don't know, remove the chimney, which to be fair is 600 simoleons. So there are different ways that you can save money. Next up, we will go into this house. What is it called? Fledermaus Bend. This one is hard. So this is another vampire family. This is Claudia Bloodraven. This is her husband, Talon, that will burn him to death outside lovely. This is their teen son, Kyle, and then they got 2 kids, Bennett and Jennifer. This house is actually inspired by the Coraline house. It's not an exact replica, it's just inspired by it because I think it's a really, really beautiful house and I thought it would suit well in this world. So I've basically done the whole shelf for you, and on the inside I've done the entire floor plan. I've also added a little basement as well. So the house is really big. How many bedrooms? 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there's a big bathroom. Is that enough for the household? Because I didn't even check when I made it. Yeah, that's precisely enough bedrooms. Okay, could also have the teens sleep down in the basement or something, you never know. So hopefully you won't find this too hard. I mean, I've labeled it as hard difficulty because the size, but I think it's quite self-explanatory what you do in all the rooms, like in terms of the entry hallways. And then we've got this could be like a study, a main living room space, and then we have this as a kitchen, downstairs bathroom. This could be a dining room. What could this be? I think in Coraline this was like a little gardening conservatory thing, but you could put a crafting table or something in there. Then upstairs we've obviously got the bedrooms and the bathroom. Basement can be whatever you want it to be. I didn't actually really make enough room for gardens in a lot of these builds. I just don't really think it's necessary here. There's a little bit of room, I guess, if you want stuff, but I feel like when you're playing with vampires it doesn't matter too much, and I just wanted to get like a nice big family build in there, so that was a bigger priority for me. But hopefully you'll enjoy this one. It shouldn't be too hard seeing that I've done pretty much all of it. And just looking in cast, by the way, you can see that they do all have the different vampire forms which I've done for them. I've made them all tailored and specific. I definitely think, by the way, you should download the townies in this save file. I know most of you prefer just to download the builds, but I just feel like it's so much more fun to just pop in some townies instead of actually having to make every single one yourself because it's a lot of effort. Anyway, we're going to this top build here. So I've decided to do a brother and sister here, and then I've done their roommate, which is Kristen. As you can see, all my Sims are very sexy. So, okay, there are 2 kind of vampire people. There's the classy vampire people who like all of the traditional kind of like Romanian Bram Stoker style vampire. And then you've got the modern tasteless kind of people who just watch Twilight, the basic bitches. Yes, you. So this is a build for all of you basic bitches out there. We have the modern vampire home. Obviously, it's not like a replica of the Twilight home, but this is what the Twilight fans want. They want like a nice modern home. So I've completely done the shell for this one. This one's actually quite small and it's got a little back garden. I feel like you won't be in them much because vampires are literally like they burn in the sunlight, but we've got something little here anyway. And then I've done the floor plan, so it's very simple. You can have kitchen, dining room, living room. The dining room could also have a bar and music and stuff. I've added terrain paint on the outside to show you where you can put plants and trees. And then upstairs we've got a bedroom, another bedroom, a bathroom, and a smaller bedroom. So it's not too big, not too difficult. So I hope you'll enjoy this one. Although I've just realized that the household members cannot be added to the gallery because apparently their name contains a disallowed word. They're talking shit. The Sims 4 gallery makes me rage. Why is it disallowed words? Is it because their surname is Fan and it sounds like Fanny? What's like a Chinese surname, like Wang or something? I feel like Wang is like a Chinese sounding surname name. What a palaver. Okay, well, it wasn't Fan, so we can pop that back. Oh, this game makes me rage. What's your problem? Whoever's doing this disallowed word thing, fire them. It can't be Kristen Summers. That was a randomly generated name, so it must be the Chinese names. Racist. Absolutely racist. Yes, it is. Okay, your name is now Wei Fang. Okay, what about just Chun Fang? Okay, that worked. It was one of racist. Absolutely racist. Okay, Karen Satch is disappearing now. Karen Satch is gone. With that being said, okay, we're now looking at Straud Mansion. Now, at first, I thought I'm going to make this big, extravagant, like Dracula mansion. But then I thought, do you know what? I would much rather do, which we don't have in the Vampires pack, a crypt. We are kind of getting crypts with the Life and Death pack, but they're going to be rabbit holes. So I've turned this area into like a graveyard. Obviously, with the Life and Death pack, we come with more like graveyardy stuff. So maybe you could put graveyard decorations decorations in here if you get that pack when it comes out. But we've got a big garden here, okay? Now, I've designed this really extravagant looking crypt from the outside. And then as we go in, we've got the main like tomb area. Maybe you could put graves or something in here. And then we've got a little bit downstairs. And this is the entire underground of the vampire lair, which I thought was really exciting. I used platforms where you could put like decorations and things, make you put urns and stuff there. So you could obviously have like a main entry hallway here. In here, you could have, I don't know, like well, they don't need a kitchen, do they? A study? Then you could have a main living room in here, maybe. You could have a bedroom, another bedroom, a bathroom. It's up to you. And obviously you can make it bigger because it's kind of like modular, which I just felt like it was a really exciting idea. Like I was building a mansion, but then I went back and I thought, actually, maybe I should do like a church or something like that. And then I thought, nah, like honestly, I built so many different things before I came upon this one because I just felt like it was just such a unique idea that you rarely ever see done in the game. So I'm really hoping you guys are going to enjoy this build. I think I used like a tiny bit of terrain paint, although it's glitched. Of course it's glitched. I promise you, it didn't look like this earlier today. It didn't look like this. It actually looked... isn't the terrain paint supposed to go around it properly? Why is it doing that? For Christ's sake, this game. There's that one for you, which I hope you'll really enjoy. So in terms of the logistics of this, I did think, should I add a community lot like a vampire bar? But then I thought there aren't that many lots in here. And I feel like when you're playing with vampires, like you're just playing with a vampire family. So I didn't really see the point. In the original EA, one of the original EA builds, there was like garlic around the lot and it was supposed to be like a vampire hunter or something, but it just didn't work. Like it didn't make any sense in the game. I feel like most of us, when you want to play with vampires, you kind of want a whole vampire family. That's why I decided to keep the Straud Mansion like crypt lot completely empty, because I thought you guys need to create your own like large vampire family, because I feel like that's what a lot of you guys want to do. And then we got the starter here if you want to have a small one, although you don't have to keep within a starter budget if you don't want to. And then we've got two other smaller households that you can add in here. And by the way, if you don't own the full rent pack, you can kind of have roommates with the MC Command Center mod. You can also do it if you got the Discover University pack and just like lock the doors. So another thing you can do, like if you really don't want to fill the lots, guys, like you can literally just lock the doors and have them empty. But like, okay, I really hate for rent, like the gameplay with that pack. I honestly think it's absolutely shite. But one thing I do give for rent credit for is being able to have multiple households on the same lot. So I do recommend the pack, to be honest. As of recording this video, it's 59% off on PC and 20% off on Xbox. So feel free to use my Instant Gaming affiliate link in the description of this video so that you can save some money if you plan on buying For Rent or any other Sims 4 pack for that matter, because it is a huge discount. With my save file, obviously, gosh, wouldn't it be amazing if you can edit this little town square? Like, honestly, The Sims 4, like, it's so restrictive compared to like The Sims 3 and stuff. Like, there's barely anything that you can do. If EA do something fucking ugly in the set dressing, like these weird statues here, there's nothing you can do. Absolutely nothing you can do about it. You're just stuck with it. I really hate the vampires world. They could have done so much. Can we just rant a minute? Like, look at this mysterious tombstone here. Why can't your Sims visit there and do something? Like, this world is literally absolutely depressing as shit. I hate it. I hate the entire world. There's just like nothing, like absolutely nothing going on here. Like, they've added this big extravagant cliff face and all they put here is a fucking bench. I hate, honestly, I hate it. I could honestly yap on about this world for hours and not get bored because I hate it that much. So it was very tough, kind of like with the Realm of Magic world. It's very restrictive, but I've tried my best to do what I feel like I could have done with the world. The pack, the Life and Death pack that's coming out soon, this is actually a Romanian inspired world, which is directly linked to like all vampire references, you know, the original Count Dracula. So maybe you could add some more vampire lots in that world. If you haven't seen my previous videos about how to download my save file, okay, all you gotta do is to look at the lot name Garliclauter Place, whatever that is, open the gallery, search by hashtag, basically type in the lot name as a hashtag followed by Satch, or one word, and then you'll see two things. You will see the lot itself and you will see the household that I've I've made for it. Okay, if we go in the Fan Summers household, this is Wolfsbane Manor. So you type in on the search Wolfsbane Manor Satch, all one word, and then it should come up here. So that means my save file is basically console friendly. It takes a little bit longer to do it on console. When I've completed like the whole full thing, I will actually be putting a proper save file download link for those who play on PC and Mac. But for now, if you're building it as you go along with me, which I guess is a fun way to go about it, then feel free to just download it from the gallery for now, or just wait until I fully complete it, although it will take like months because there are so many worlds in the game. I've also recently done the Realm of Magic world, which was incredibly fun to do for my save file, so make sure you check that out if you haven't done so already. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I will see you in the next one.